What's good with y'all, man? What's up with everybody? What's up? What's up? What's good with everybody, man? What's up? What's up? I'm gonna zoom in just a little bit. What's good with everybody, man? What's good with everybody indeed? What's good? What's good? I'm gonna give everybody a second to get in here. What's up with everybody? With this one, I already know exactly who I'm gonna draw. I know exactly the character now. I want y'all to guess. I'm not gonna outright say who it is. I believe that always makes these just a little bit funner. Let me see. What's good with everybody though, man? What's up? What's up? I got him down exactly who I want to draw in this first one. I think that it always makes for these to be a little bit funner whenever y'all have to guess. So I'm not gonna outright say who it is. I just want y'all to take a good guess. At first. Just for the beginning. I feel like it makes it a little bit more interesting when y'all gotta guess. What's up with everybody though? What's good? What's good? I'm not gonna outright say who this character is, but once it's gonna be certain details that come out. Once you see it, you're not gonna be able to unsee it. You know, once you see it, you won't be able to unsee my guy. Very, very iconic character. Very iconic. Once you make the connection, it's just a gimmick art. There's nothing really to it. You don't think so? Once you see my guy, you won't be able to unsee them. I have been sitting on this character for a while. Michael Jackson. No, not even. Not even. Spider-Man. No. Not even. Not even my guy Spidey. It's a character I feel like I haven't done in a long time. NBA Youngboy. Nah, definitely not NBA Youngboy. I haven't really been drawing like humans like that, man. I've been drawing a lot of anime characters. A lot of anime characters and animals. I've been doing like a lot of wildlife. It's been like a lot, man. It's been a lot going on. It's been a lot of different types. Deadpool, Obito. Not even. Not even. You're getting a little bit warmer though. You're getting just a little bit warmer. Sasuke. Madara. Hey, I don't know. It could be. It could be. It could be. You gotta guess. Tell me who you see. Tell me exactly who you see. Tell me exactly who and what you see. Once I like put out the defining features of my guy, you're not gonna be able to unsee, bro. Once you see him, you said AI morons. What? So it's a person. I mean, yeah, but not in the sense that you're saying. You're saying it like it's a person, like it's a human, like a in real life kind of person. That's what I mean when I be like, I don't do humans. You thinking of like realism. I don't really do a lot of realism. I do like anime stuff though. Don't be hating, bro. Goku, Shadow, Vegeta, Sonic. Not even. Not Sonic. Not quite. Not quite Sonic. I've done entire pages dedicated to Sonic. Interestingly enough, but that ain't the lane I'm doing right now in the moment. Wolverine. What am I drawing? You got to guess, bro. Just guess. I'm keeping this one kind of open-ended. I'm not going to outright say exactly who it is. I want y'all to guess. That's the fun in it. I think it's just a little bit funner that way. I think it's just a little bit funner. I'm not even going to outright say exactly who it is for this first one. Sadie, Obito, Sasuke. Nah, handed. It's not Sasuke, bruh. It's definitely not Sasuke. Thank you too, Itachi. No, not even, bro. Not even Itachi. Not even my guy. Good guess, though. Great guess. That is a wonderful, wonderful guess. I'm just kind of focusing in a little bit. I'm here, by the way. L. Yo, thank you too, Candy. What show? It is from Naruto, bruh. As I was saying before, y'all was getting very warm. Y'all was getting extremely warm. I just hadn't outright said who exactly, who this one was gonna be. Not yet. Not yet. Nagato, Obito, Pain, Nagato. He said it's not Pain. It's Nagato. It's definitely not Nagato. It's definitely not Nagato. I'm actually being serious. It's not. I happened to kind of look away for a second just because I wanted to keep my lines. I had to straighten up my lines for a second because they were kind of getting shaky, especially on my right. But I recovered it. I had this page that I wanted to do, and I had like another idea, maybe for like a different page, but I wanted to do something that I've been doing like a lot of wildlife stuff as of recently, but I had another idea pop into my head. I've done like a lot of full bodies of birds and stuff, but I haven't really done full bodies of what clan is it from. Bro, just trust me. Just give me a second to bring them to life. Just give me a second. Stop spamming. Stop spamming. I'm over here trying my best to bring them to life. Madara. Just hang on. Let me let me bring them to life. Hold your horses. Let me bring them to life. Let me bring my guy to life. I find that it's always funner that way. Whenever I be doing these more anime themes every now and then, it's cool. It's cool to kind of come back to. That's how I ended up getting here. I wanted to. I found like this reference that I was messing with. It was multiple references actually. And I've been doing my best just to bring it all together. I gotta go through and actually like shade him in though. That way his face seems a little bit more solid, you know. You said that one guy nailed it. You talking about Madara? Nah, you can't do that. You can't. That's cheating. That don't count. You can't be like that one guy. That's cheating. Flag on the play, not Nagato. Yeah, this is not Nagato. I repeat, this is not Nagato. I mean, it's a solid guess, I guess, but no, that's not who this character is. I mean, Nagato is kind of on theme, but for this character, nah, not quite. It's a character from Naruto. That's all that I'm gonna say. It is indeed a character from Naruto. A super, super iconic character. Like, it's extremely iconic. But you see, once I like draw on my guy's face, it's gonna be like, oh, it's gonna make a lot more sense. I'm just trying to get his face right more than anything. more than anything. Sasuke has one Rinnegan. It's not Sasuke. Wait, you said wake up to reality. Yeah, I'm saying. It's definitely not my guy Sasuke. I recently drew Sasuke on one of the previous lives, but I didn't want to do Sasuke. I wanted to make something that was a little bit more like something that challenged me a little bit more. So instead of just drawing in his face how I normally do, I'm gonna try to draw him. I found a couple of references where you could see it, you could just see a little bit more, and I'm gonna do my best to just fill out the page a little bit more than usual. Not necessarily. I don't think I'm jumping to you. It's gonna make more sense once I bring it to life. Moderate. Yo, what's up, Odin? What's good? What's good? But I've been sitting on this. It was this idea, and I had another like wildlife idea that I wanted to do. But that's what I'm saying. Like y'all able to type out. Y'all able to sit there and type out his quotes and everything. It's not too many characters that are code like that. We were on the topic of characters. You said the one dude who's obsessed with Tamari. No, not even him. Not even bro. Not even my guy. I've been seeing you on my For You page. Technique is different. I mess with it. Thank you, JoJo. Yo, I'm back. I got grounded. No, bro. I'm not y'all your profile picture. No. Bro said, wake up to reality. Bro, I feel like Madara is like Thanos. You know, you pull up, and you automatically mentally hear their quotes. You got to wake up to reality. I'm inevitable. Where'd your mistakes bring you? Wait, it was something. Your mistakes brought you back to me or something like that. Thanos was iconic too. That's another one I really like. Thanos was cold. He was very morally questionable though. But I like Thanos a lot as a character. Sasuke, no. This is not Sasuke. This is not my guy. This is not Sasuke. Let me see. Say wake up to reality. I'm gonna like draw him in as if he's like waving in some hand signs or something. So his face is gonna be a little bit covered. Just by his glove. Wake up to reality. Gojo. Yo, what's up, certified? And what's up to everybody that's pulling up, man? What's good? Let me give everybody a second to still get in here. The stream, the night is still young. What's up with everybody? Give everybody a second to pull up. I wanted to draw him in like he was waving in some hand signs or something like that. Gojo. No, this isn't even Gojo. This is Madara from Naruto. This is Madara. You said OG Madara. Yeah, exactly. See, I say the name Madara and the wind outside my window starts blowing real hard. That's glazing. You said, what's up, bro, on YouTube? Yo, what's up, Wild? Run trap lines today. Over there on you. Maybe eventually, man. I might jump over. I do want to expand out a little bit, but I've just yet to make the jump. But maybe eventually, bro. Maybe eventually. Heard Madara in the wind, bro. That's what I'm saying. Yo, like I didn't even plan for that. I say the name Madara Uchiha, and the nature starts glazing outside my window. The wind starts blowing all hard, bro. It's like, come on now. That's crazy. But bro was like that for sure. And man, Madara Uchiha. What is this? Yeah, something like that, man. My guy, Madara Uchiha. I'm drawing in his hands like he was doing some hand signs or something like that. I'm thinking that a little bit further into this, I might draw his little fan on his back. Head beats my stick figures. I mean, but it's a you got to think like you got to start somewhere. The sooner you start, the easier it'll be. I think that everybody got to start somewhere. I've had like rough days, especially with some of these more like complicated anime designs. It's definitely it's a journey, I would say for sure. What is this style? It's like scribble art. It's like a form of scribble art, but I wanted to draw in Madara. That was like one of my goals. That was like what I had planned out for the day. I mean, I had some other ideas too, but I wanted to make something that was a little bit more full, something that felt more like alive. Y'all be asking me a lot. Yo, what's up, Isla? What's good? What's good? Y'all was asking me a lot about designs and how fast my pens and stuff burn. But I was speaking on it. Usually it depends a lot on what I'm drawing for the day. With these kinds of drawings, these are the kinds of drawings where it'll like burn a lot through my ink and what I have, like my little collection. Luckily, I have a lot. I have like a lot of ink, like a lot of pens that I have set aside for just stuff like this. But these are usually the drawings that kind of like lower my supply of pens. It's no big thing going and buying more. Sasuke, no. This is not Sasuke. This is not Sasuke Uchiha. But usually stuff like this burns through a lot. This burns through a lot more of my ink. I like to do these though. I feel like it's been a long enough time since I've done Madara to where it doesn't feel like I'm like spamming them either. And even if I did have like a season where I did start spamming them, I'm gonna keep drawing them until I get them right. But this was the last page in this drawing book, so I wanted to at least kind of like halfway go out with a bang. Madara, Coraline. You talking about like the character or what? I've even drawn her before. I've drawn her a couple of times. But I wanted to at least go out with a bang. You saying he got button eyes? You know, bro, he definitely don't got button eyes. And low key, even if Madara ended up in the other world, the other mother is not defeating Madara. Madara will figure out a way to break out of that. Thank you too, Naruto. Thank you for the heart, me too, Rowdy. Madara is not getting caught up in the other world. This dude got plot armor. This dude got more plot armor than the main character. I could like really say that for sure. My God, Madara Uchiha. What are other notable anime characters you've drawn? Man, it's too many to even count, dude. It's a lot. I kind of have like a little. I've done like a lot of Naruto stuff as of recently, but I've had like some days where I'll just go heavier with Naruto because Naruto is one of the ones that I'm more familiar with. Naruto and Dragon Ball. Like the main horsemen of anime I've probably done. Like the main stuff, like you know Dragon Ball. I've seen some animes and things, but I'm not like as deep in it as I know some of you all might be. Oh, to possibly Sasuke's brother perchance. Which one is the hardest? I don't know, man. I feel like with a lot of these, I don't know. All of them can kind of be challenging. I think that it's all a challenge. I don't really know if any of these characters are necessarily easy to draw. It's just you got to pick a starting point. Once you start, you got to just roll with it. Just see what happens. You got to feel it out. But if I were to rank these out, probably the Dragon Ball ones are a little bit harder than these. But Naruto's pretty up there. But Dragon Ball is complicated. I have tattoos of Naruto and Dragon Ball. This is Madara. And what's my personal favorite character? I like to draw Kakashi sometimes, low key. But overall, I'm a big fan of Light Yagami, even though he's crazy. That dude is nuts. But he's light. Dude is nuts. Krillin, I have done Krillin. I did Krillin. I did one page where it was with Krillin and Kid Gohan whenever they were on Namek. And I sat there and drew them in as they were. Yeah, I got to catch the one in Kakashi. He's one of my favorite, Light Yagami. Didn't know it's been a while. I don't think that I did that one on live. That one was a little bit before I want to say that I was consistently live streaming on here. But I happened to just I happened to just sit down one day at my desk and I just started drawing them. It was like around the time whenever they were on Namek. And I went through with my own background and just made it a little bit more abstract. But it's still very much the characters it's very much Krillin and Gohan. Krillin ain't that strong, but I like Krillin a lot as a character because Krillin is a solid dude. It ain't too many people that will like get the call from Goku and they would be like, we gonna go fight this space emperor. Nobody knows how strong he is. And he apologized, just enlightening. I was gonna say, yeah, you don't gotta. Have I done any of Goku's first transformations? Like when you say first, I've done like the basics, like the Super Saiyans and stuff like that. I've done the Super Saiyan forms. A lot of the main stuff you could think of. Super Saiyan 1. I've drawn him in all red before. It usually just it depends a lot on the day. It definitely does depend a lot on the day. I've had pages where it had a lot of him. It's been like a lot of other characters too, like Dragon Ball, Frieza. The pretty much the main people you would associate with Dragon Ball, I've probably drawn them to some degree. I had one page recently where I drew Goku in his base form, and he was surrounded by like Frieza, Vegeta. It was also Broly and Piccolo. That one was one of my favorites, and it's a little bit more recent. If you want to see something that's just a tad bit newer. That's one of I mean, I have like a lot of these that I'm proud of, but that's one of my more modern ones that I'm proud of to this day. You said in the Great Ape. I want to say that I don't know if I've like drawn the Great Ape before, but I had one page where I drew in like some realistic gorillas next to Vegeta and Goku. Maybe not necessarily their Great Ape form, but it was something that was kind of in that lane. Something that was right along that I wanted to kind of give off that idea. The page I believe had Frieza on it, but it had like some actual apes from real life. It had some actual gorillas. And it might have been something else. It's been a little while. Kid Buu. I've drawn in Kid Buu before, but kind of how that one is from my earlier pages, so it might be just a little bit. Those ones are a little bit older. I've drawn them before. Kid Buu was the only version of Buu that I've really even drawn, honestly. Still a cool experience, I would say. Cool experience indeed. But this one, as I was saying a little bit before, whenever I first started, I might be on this one for a second, just because how did I find this or style? I picked up on this just through like a lot of trial and error, and you get better at it the more that you do. But once I figured out that this made sense to me, I just leaned into it, and I'll have days where I'll make things that are a little bit more abstract and less straightforward, like an anime drawing. But then I'll have other days where I'll like draw things that already exist. It usually depends a lot on how I'm feeling in the moment. Depends a lot on how I'm feeling in the moment. I think that it's always fun to watch these come together. I have to go back and I have to turn them into time lapses. Just the whole process is always interesting, I would say. I'm just kind of expanding his arms outwards. That way it really gives off like some "you're in danger, Naruto. You should do another Kid Buu. I want to see that one." If you go to my page, man, I got like that video is a time lapse, but it should be under you can't search for Kid Buu exactly because it's not gonna show up that way. But if you look up like some of my Dragon Ball stuff, it's there. Is definitely there. If you want to see something like that in the moment. I don't know if I'm going to draw that right now. But yeah, man, Dragon Ball, all that. Just to answer that question, if I do any other like notable shows or animes, usually I don't really do a lot of humanoid stuff. I've kind of broken my rule. Recently, I've been drawing a lot of more realistic things. But normally, that's not really my thing. Where my interest is. I can and I have before. But those ones just aren't really as interesting to me. I really like the way that the red and the blue look on this one. Just shaping my guy Madara out. I still got to go. I'm going to go through and I'm going to shade in where the rest of his hair is going to be. That's going to be another challenge. Just trying to get the shape right. And just making sure the whole page is right in general. Sorry. Just got to get situated. Once I get done drawing in his arms and his armor, I was kind of on the fence with this, but I was considering drawing in that fan that he has on his back. You got to get some 3D glasses to see the colors individually. Oh yeah, it's honestly like an illusion. It's like a cool little illusion that comes about whenever you look at these through the old-fashioned 3D lenses. The only thing about that, you know, now that you mention it, my camera doesn't pick up on it the way that y'all want it to. But maybe one day I'll do like a behind the scenes and I'll try my best to get it to where you can see both at once. Just to give off that effect. That way you can just see it in its entirety without it leaving as much room to wonder what's going on with it. I'm gonna make his armor just a little bit more bulky. But with his armor, I'm trying to make it more red. Just a little bit. Not to the point to where it feels overdone. But the red needs to be more apparent. Madara. Can I do Daredevil and Punisher next? Probably not. I got some stuff planned out already, bro. That's how we ended up getting here. I'm gonna try to section off his armor. Just to make it stand out more and just seem more like in pieces. In pieces, coming out dope. It is Madara, to answer your question too, Ice. This one is indeed Madara. This one is indeed. I got a couple of ideas that I want to draw in the background of them to make this one seem a little bit more alive. But the biggest challenge now is trying to make he has like an under layer that he wears, and I'm doing my best to get it with the red and the blue without making it just seem like a mess, but you can still make out his shape. You know what I mean? I hope that makes sense just in the way that I try to explain it. Y'all gonna see the vision. Yo, what's up, Danielle? What's good indeed? What's good indeed? Make his armor just a little bit longer. His armor just a little bit more bulky on this side. Just before I go through and draw in that armor plate on this part right here. Love it. Hey, I appreciate it too, Ice. This one needs to be just a little bit bulkier. Just a little bit. It's about finding that fine line in between what works and what doesn't. I want to get Madara right for this one. More than anything. I have not seen this method before. Interesting. Thank you for the TikTok too, Quink. And yeah, it's other scribble methods that are out there, but this is just my understanding of it. There's plenty of other scribbling methods. This is just how I go about it personally, like my own way. I'm gonna make this piece hang off of him a little bit more, just to make it seem more true to how he's usually depicted. Man, for this one, I want to do Madara a lot of justice. I'm just drawing in his armor first. What's my favorite anime? Am I a lefty primarily? No, I'm actually more of a righty. But with a lot of these, I lead these with my left. I like the blue a little bit more than the red sometimes. And my favorite overall is probably I would say probably Naruto from what I've seen. But I don't know, man. I like Death Note a lot, and I also like Dragon Ball. But Dragon Ball is like, I feel like Dragon Ball is the default for everybody, so I try to stay away from it. But I draw a lot of Dragon Ball characters. I've seen a lot of Dragon Ball. Like, that's usually something that I can always go to character-wise. That's always fun. And at least everybody can see the vision with them, too. it's always interesting. I like the designs a lot from Dragon Ball. Like whenever I'm going through and like Dragon Ball is interesting because a lot of the characters have it's like the same face, but the same face can be flipped so many times. You start noticing just the similarities in between each of the characters, and once you get the basic shapes down, it makes everything else come together. But yeah, for a lot of the Dragon Ball character, Dragon Ball is up there. Dragon Ball for sure is like a top 10. I spent a lot of my time whenever I was in middle school and stuff. That was whenever Dragon Ball Super was still going. I'm not really sure what's the most modern Dragon Ball thing going on right now. But Dragon Ball Super, I like Dragon Ball Super a lot. Obviously Z. But Super was a little bit more my time, and that was like my introduction to everything. But I did later go back and just rewatch through a lot of the older stuff. It gave me the chance to take a step back. Dragon Ball Dima is the latest. I know like it was a big thing. I'm not gonna say too much because I don't want to spoil it for the people that are here, but it was a big thing. Somebody was telling me that everybody's a lot stronger now. Everybody's constantly getting a little bit stronger. But keeping up with the Tournament of Power and watching Dragon Ball, that was crazy, I would say. That was like hype too. Whenever I was still in middle school and stuff, that was like the thing. You pull up to class and you just catch up with everybody. You find like those sketchy YouTube videos where dudes will upload the whole episode, but it would have like some kind of weird cropped out picture in the background, so I guess it wouldn't register. It was a mess, man. But low key, if you couldn't watch it, but you can catch it off some like sketchy. Yo, it was great. That was like crazy. That was revolutionary, I would say. My kids love DBZ and Naruto. Yeah, Naruto was up there for sure. Naruto is for sure up there, I would say. I feel like Naruto was my introduction to anime. Naruto was like my real introduction. So I had somebody put me on in middle school, long before I was really as deep into Dragon Ball as I am now. And I don't even know if deep is the right word, but I enjoy it. Like I can really appreciate the characters and just appreciate a lot of what's going on and what's happened. You can just enjoy the experience as it is. I just gained like a different kind of appreciation for it all. Have I seen Attack on Titan? No, I haven't seen Attack on Titan, but I do remember that. I do remember whenever it came out, I just never sat down and watched it myself. It's a couple of shows that I've had a couple of y'all tell me and just mention to me in passing, but I've never really sat down and watched Attack on Titan. But I know that there's a lot of humanoid designs in it. I know that people have mentioned them, and it's very popular. It has a huge fan base. Was it something about it was it like something you wanted to tell me about it or something like that? Or was you just like kind of asking me about it? One Piece is another one that usually always comes up. I'm surprised nobody mentioned it yet. Because I haven't even seen that one either. I don't want to spoil it. No, don't. Please don't. Because I might honestly... I can never really gauge how these are going to go. I don't want to... Do not spoil it. Say, bro, please don't be that guy. I got to get this right. So I won't... Yeah, bro. Hey, good looks. With me drawing in his armor, I'm gonna make it look more defined. I'm using a little bit more red here compared to his blue sleeves that I drew in. I'm paying attention to just the weight of the lines and bringing everything together. I don't want to overdraw where I drew in his fist, where they were weaving in the hand sign. I still got to keep that part somewhat defined. But that's how we got here to this point. This had been something that I wanted to do. And I have an idea for the background I wanted to draw in his Susanoo. Yo, thank you too, That Hurt, or T Hurt. I want to try to draw like a little bit of a Susanoo. Maybe the face of it, or I haven't figured it out exactly what I wanted to do for it, but I'm going to do something. Something in relation to just Naruto. Something that can bring it all together. That's what I'm really, really going for in the moment. But what's most important right now is just getting this chest plate defined. It needs to really be clear what's going on here with this one. I need y'all to look at this and see Madara. No Sasuke, no Obito, nothing. I need y'all to know who this is. This is Naruto. I'm overplaying. Man, I'm over lagging. I said this is Madara. Goodness, G. And how did you know you can do this? Whenever I was kind of going through just drawing and stuff, I just was experimenting. I just kept at this until I kept at it because it made sense to me. But I kept at it some more, and the more you draw, the better you get. That's how you gotta just keep drawing more. That's like what I've really, really learned. You have to keep drawing more than anything. That's like the most important part of this, I would say. What's really gonna bring this one together is whenever I go through and start drawing in his hair. Once you see it, it's like, okay, I see the vision, G. I see the vision. This is always where it gets a little bit awkward when I start hitting more toward the bottom of the page. Or sometimes I'll be drawing and I'll kind of hit the left corner. I'll hit my springs like over here. This little part. Just wow. Hey, I appreciate that, Chopper. I'm going a lot harder with my red on this side than what I was doing before. Just to get it right. Just to get it right. But hey, I've yet to give him the rest of his hair, so bear with me. I don't want to see nobody say, yo, you gotta finish. He's fadeless right now, but I'm gonna get bro right. I know one day I was drawing in Vegeta and I didn't draw in his hair fully. Y'all was like on me about it. Just give me a second. I'm gonna bring it together. Y'all thank you for the heart, me too, Ralph. Just give me a second, bro. He's loading in. Just give me a second, indeed. I'm gonna finish drawing in his armor, then I'm gonna move on to drawing in his hair. But as I was saying before, I wanted to like draw in his Susanoo in the background. That's what I really wanted to do. I've yet to fully figure out how I'm gonna do it because his hair is gonna take up a nice amount of space. But more than anything, I did want to get it done. That's like where my mental space has been. I wanted to somehow like figure out where his hair was gonna fall into place. I had multiple references pulled up for this one, so that's what I've really been doing. Is that Naruto? No, this is not Naruto. Thank you for the goat too, Andrew. This is not Naruto. Is that Rock Lee? All right, bro. You walking on thin ice, pal. This is not Naruto. This is clearly Itachi Uchiha, man. It might be my guy. This is clearly Itachi. You got to lock in. You got to stay focused. You got to stay focused, bro. Focus up, focus up. Thank you for the rising star, Ralph. Man, you gotta focus up. But I'm drawing in the rest of his armor, and I'm gonna figure out a way. I want to draw in his Susano in the background. That's gonna be a lot more blue. But I don't want to. I don't want to like. I'll talk y'all through it as I get to it. I don't know how to spell it. No, you did it right. Well, it's Madara. It's Madara from Naruto. This is indeed Madara. He's not fully drawn in yet, but he's getting there. He's loading, as I was saying before. I gotta let me bring him to life. Let me bring him to life. He's coming together. He's coming together. Just trust me. Trust me, trust me, trust me. I thought it was Goku Uchiha. Nah, for real. Honestly, I can see why you would assume it was Goku or somebody like it, because these past couple of days, or a couple of nights ago, I was drawing in Goku. But nah, man, I wanted to do something that was a little bit more Naruto related. I spoke on it a little bit earlier, man, but this is the last page in this notebook. And I wanted to finish off the notebook with a bang. I wanted to kind of finish it off strong. I had this other idea. I've been drawing like a lot of animals and even like prey and predators. Maybe for the next one, on the next page, this is gonna be like a little while out, but I wanted to do a full body drawing of a mountain lion. That's what I really wanted to do. Can I see the other ones? No, not yet. If you go to my page, everything you will want to see is all there. But I'm not gonna give a tour through this notebook. Everything that you will want to see is up, I promise, in time-lapse form. Draw a wolf. Even that's not gonna happen right now. I already got some stuff planned out. Indeed. I mean, I think it's a cool suggestion, though. But I'm not even going to lie to you, bro. That's not happening. Not now, at least. Maybe later on a different, like, wildlife page. Let me see here. Let me see. I just want to go through and define everything else out. Yo, it would be crazy if I left this hair like this. That would be insane. But don't worry. That's not what's going to happen. That would be terrible. Terrible indeed. He's not rendered. He's not rendered. He don't got a fade. He got a low taper, man. Goodness. We getting there slowly but surely. But as I was saying before, yo, me doing characters like this is what burns through my ink. Give this drawing style a name. It's like scribble art. This way, me drawing like heavier with my pens like this, drawing characters in like this is what burns through my ink. When and how did you learn through this or learn how to do this? I kind of learned how to do this more on my own, man. I didn't have like a teacher. I just wanted to draw. You got to keep drawing. You got to keep drawing. You got to keep drawing more than anything. That's the most important part about these kinds of drawings. You got to just start. And once you start, you have to keep at it. You're going to have good days and bad days. Holy, thank you, Cindered. Just give me, I'm gonna bring my guy to life, man. I was saving, I was gonna draw his hair in last, but it's coming together. I had to finish off this, this page or this whole notebook off with a bang, man. I had to finish this notebook off with a bang. That's how we got here. No way. I thought my blue was going out for a second. I was like, no. About to be, man, I was going to be devastated if my pen was going out already. This early into the night. How long does this usually take? I've got to say that they could take me anywhere from an hour to 3. But I've only been on this one for about 45 minutes. These can take anywhere from an hour to 3, but this is only the beginning. I had something else I wanted to do on this page. I had a couple of other ideas that I wanted to do just to bring this one together. This one might be one of the ones that take just a little bit longer. That's good. So you're gonna draw the Susano, or is there not enough space? I might draw like the face of it in the background or something like that. I gotta just figure it out. I won't leave him by himself. Maybe I'll draw like the face of it just to like make this one really scream Madara, you know what I mean? just to bring everything together. Hey, nah, this looks good. Yo, thank you too, name unavailable. I appreciate that, man. I'm going from one side to the other. I still got to draw in the upper portions of... Yo, thank you for the 2026, Ralph. I got to finish this year off strong. We all do. Gotta finish it off extremely strong. That's how I got to this point. I felt like it had been a long enough time since I've drawn in Madara. Thank you for the 50 2026s. It's gonna be a tight squeeze, but I'm gonna make it work. For what I usually do on these, that's not an issue for me. That's not an issue. This one needs to be whole. That's like the most important part. This one needs to be whole. I'm like determined to keep this one going. There needs to be distinction between his hair and the armor sections. I'm glad that he has the bright red armor. Just that way it like separates each layer. But yeah, man, that's how we ended up getting here. All that I ask is that when watching this one come together, I just ask y'all keep the engagement up. So just like it. Just keep the likes coming. Just like and keep the engagement up. If you enjoying what you're seeing. Oh my goodness, the strongest. Man. Not even glazing, but you onto something, bro. Not even glazing. Not even glazing. Like that's completely, you could say that. You could definitely sit here and be like Madara was one of the top, he's like gotta be a top 10 villain. I just couldn't, yo, like, could you imagine like living in the Naruto world and you being the dude on the front lines like when this dude spawns in? Could you imagine being unfortunate enough to be on the front lines when Buddy spawns in? That would be tragic. That's the real tragedy of all this. That's like the real. You said cooked. Nah, that you're more than cooked. You mean to tell me, all right, yo, like you get the call like, all right, bro. Today is the day. You think, oh, we about to go fight the Kage or something. Even then, you might be cooked, but you telling me we fighting the dude of legend? Oh no. It's like getting commanded on call to go fight Mike Tyson in his prime. Like, bro, at that point, G, he said, I probably, nah, Taze. They got close monitored on you. You can't escape, bro. Then I'm out. Nah. Your contract is just beginning. You signed a 360 Hey, nah, it's already over. He said, we going to fight Madara Uchiha today. We, collectively. We as in you. Yes, you listening right now, bro. Would have stayed home. Nah, ain't no getting out of this one. There is no getting out of this one. You're cooked. There is no getting out of this one. You received the call. You're gonna be on the front lines fighting fighting the Shinra Tensei. I'm ending it on my own now. Yo, you cooked. Yo, when you really think about like the powers that this man got between dropping meteors on dudes and basically having it's like he's telepathic. He could like move stuff with his mind. Dude, Tim Cheese, I'm gonna go out like bro who attacked first. But look, even if you go out like bro who attacked first, just think like you are forever you're forever in the history books. Like you was extremely normal, but you had the audacity to run at Madara Uchiha, bro. Guns blazing, full speed. I feel like even if you like a 60 overall in the ninja world, that's honorable though. Like if you go in, grab your feet on the ground. I don't know if I'm personally going in feet on the ground first against Madara, but I can respect the audacity. I don't know if, as I said before, man, I couldn't myself imagine being on the front lines of, all right, man, we gonna go. Our opponent is Madara Uchiha. Like, you might as well, like, at that point, you might as well hang your jersey up, bro. It's not looking great. Thank you for the heart, me too, Fire. It's not looking great at all. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. But imagine doing all that just to do no damage. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. You're not even dealing with a regular dude. You're not even dealing with just like a regular Joe regular ninja. Nah, this dude is super enhanced by like he's basically a zombie that's super enhanced with powers. You know it's bad when the villagers got to fight the villain. Exactly. You mean to tell me that this dude single-handedly united the world? That's how bad. That's how dangerous he was. He single-handedly united the world. Everybody is coming together in open arms. It makes you wonder, like, in a twisted way, he brought world unity. He brought the world together. His methods extremely questionable, but in a twisted way, he was about results. I just personally, I don't know if that's. It's very interesting to look at it objectively, I would say. Man, Madara was bringing world peace. Dudes is all of a sudden, it's like, all right, we got to team up. Kage's coming together. It's so wholesome. It's wholesome, but in the worst way. Because just think about all the ones that will never, like, their names will never be known. Like, it's like, oh, what happened to Buddy? Oh, remember the Great Ninja War when Madara Uchiha, for some reason, was on the ground? Like, you thinking, oh, good thing he's gone. Nah. He's in his prime. And yet the world almost lost to two dudes. I mean, yeah, they almost lost to two dudes, but you also leaving out that they were like two dudes enhanced with the strongest people's DNA, and it was BS going on there. They were enhanced with Hashirama, like they were enhanced, man. They were super enhanced with they were super enhanced with their own powers. They already were really strong as they were as is, but then they were like extremely enhanced. Kind of as I was saying a little bit earlier, he was one of a kind. One of a kind. I'm just going through, just trying to shape out his hair. His hair is right on the edge of my page. So I want to draw it in without ripping my page out of the book, if that makes any sense. Because I'm pressing down so heavy on the edge here, I don't want for it to rip. That's what I'm really trying to avoid doing. I don't want to rip the page. It needs to stay together. I'm just adding red streaks to his armor. That way it stands out a little bit more. But yeah, you absolutely right. The world almost lost to two dudes. Two, not really. I mean, they weren't just bums though. They were like extremely strong. It would be a little bit different if they were like bums in the ninja world. Them six paths were crazy. They were crazy. And he barely even used his powers. Madara really didn't even use his real arsenal. Y'all be forgetting that he could literally do everything that Pain could do times 10. Pain wasn't pulling meteors out of the sky. Pain wasn't even using the powers that he had. Madara could do everything Pain could do times 10, and he didn't even. He was strictly on the ground, throwing hands out of the love of the game, and I respect that. He was strictly dedicated to the game. He was dedicated to his craft. He said literally if Naruto wasn't the main character, Madara would have ended the show right there. Exactly. Bro, people be forgetting that Madara had access to like the statue that could do the thing. Madara could have took everybody out instantly. He had the soul ripping jutsu. He could like unleash dragons that if you touch him once, they could just take everybody's souls and he didn't even, it's so insane. Madara only lost because the plot needed him to lose. There was no reason he should have realistically. And he was enhanced with Hashirama super steroids. Yeah, bro. It's over. See, he had super plot armor. There was no reason that man should have lost. You mean to tell me that he had ultimate sensen jutsu. He sat there and he didn't even have his eyes, but he dodged one of the fastest ninjas in existence, but he could not dodge getting stabbed in the back. But yeah, he dodged the fastest ninja in the world coming at him. That doesn't make any sense. Literally, that was plot armor. There was no reason that man should have been able to stab him in his back when he was full Sage mode, full Ten Tails mode, full Rinnegan mode. That was some BS. To this day, that's some BS. Like, that's the like worst way That's some bogus. There was zero reason why that should have happened, but it's all good. That was bogus. They could have at least made him a little bit. Yeah, the dude who created him, he didn't even know how to kill him. That's why that happened. That was some BS. You can recognize some BS going on with stuff like that. That was bogus. Like, how did Naruto die and come back? Because the show is called Naruto, not Madara, bro. The show is called Naruto, not Madara. If the show wasn't called Naruto, they would have had to close the curtains at that point. It would have been over, man. I hate to break it to you, you might want to sit down, but the show would have been over. If the show was called anything. What's up, Sam? If the show was called literally anything but Naruto, it would have been closed curtains. Dudes would have been. It would have. You wrap it up, man. It's over. Go ahead and start playing the credits. It's over. Thank you for the heart me too, Sam. Like, without a doubt, anybody can collectively look at Naruto and be like, all right, if this guy was not the main character, it would have been over. But even Naruto was crazy because Naruto had like crazy even he was kind of always destined to be great. If you just analyze his character, analyze his stats, he was a descendant from all the Hokages. He was like destined for greatness. There's no character that had. I mean, sure, he was like going through it as a kid, but he had immediate connections to all of the Hokages to where they knew him. Master Wu, what about him? That man was predestined for greatness, like all the way. How's it going? It's going pretty good, Mick. It's going pretty good, McMonkey. I don't take away from his character, but I 1000% will stand on that. If the show was not called Naruto, he would have been gone in the beginning. It's always crazy going and drawing these characters out, because you don't even gotta like know Naruto to be able to recognize Madara. Like, you can just see it. I appreciate it too, Darla. Yeah, Naruto is definitely tough, but Madara got to be one of the strongest, if not the strongest. That was his whole thing, though. Him being one of the strongest. I got to make sure I do this part of his hair right. That way it doesn't seem too... Wait a minute. Oh, no. Did I just kind of like... Dang, here goes that pen. I gotta switch my pins out real quick. Hang on. And how is training? Should we hear it? Not airbending yet, if that's what you mean. Madara, yay. We're in the, yeah. I'm not airbending yet, if that's what you're asking. The moment I figure out how to airbend, I don't even know what I would do in all seriousness. Like, just go ahead and just unlock the telekinesis. I really don't know a lot about Star Wars, but I seen some clip of some dude like pulling it was like a plane or something out of the sky. I'd be doing the same thing. Yo, what's up, Funky? Yo, if you give me some powers like that, just go ahead and start maxing out, just doing stuff. Just because, why not? I don't know if I'll ever go as far as pulling a meteor out of the sky, though. I feel like Kakashi's character is a little slept on, too. Well, it's not that he slept on, it's just he exists in a world full of superhumans. Whenever your student is blessed with, like, a super chakra deity, and your other student descends from a super infamous clan, and your other student is training under the literal Hokage, they go train with Yoda. All right, bro, if it was that easy. Kakashi was like extremely, but even Kakashi, what's crazy, Kakashi wasn't even normal. Kakashi was not normal at all. He seems extremely normal because his students. But that man wasn't normal at all. It just, whenever he's standing next to his students collectively, his students were literally blessed by the Sage of Six Paths, bro. Ever try racing paper with this technique? No, I have not. Kakashi is pretty mid compared to other characters, but he does have a key part in the storyline. But it's not even that he's mid, though. He's not really mid. He's just, whenever you compare him to dudes who got, like, super powers in a magical world. It's not a fair comparison. You forgetting that Kakashi, his name literally had a flea on sight. Dudes that hear Kakashi the copy ninja and immediately start glazing. Kakashi's name had literally had a glaze on sight order. There's no other ninjas aside from Madara. Like dudes hear the name Kakashi the copy ninja, they start glazing immediately. And I mean, considering how normal he is, I feel like that's pretty impressive. Did I use the black pen too? I just got here. No, I didn't use the black pen. Yeah, we knew his students was gonna outshine him, but I feel like that's not a fair comparison. Even dude, anime and Minato, yeah, Minato but Kakashi literally he had a glaze on sight just off name alone. Dudes hear his name and immediately start glazing, bro. Kakashi didn't have no superhuman enhancements aside from being given a Sharingan. But it was a base, super bare minimum, bare bones, no stat buffs, nothing. Why is he doing gang symbols? He's not doing gang symbols. He's doing his little hand signs, bro. When they heard the copy ninja, that stuff went down. Exactly. All of a sudden, dudes hear copy ninja, and it's wait a minute, what are we doing? It's what are we doing, bro? What are we doing? I said I was going to draw in this. I still got to do the other half of his hair. I'm gonna be honest, y'all. It's not I don't know if I want to cram the Susanoo onto this page. But then again, and he used the Sharingan better than some of the Uchiha clan. No, for sure. You do know that majority of the Uchihas, they didn't even unlock it. He was one of the few that not only used it and unlocked it, but he used it in a competent way. He got so good with it that was his trait. That was his identity. That was his thing. Not only did he have a glaze on sight order, but he used the eyes literally better than the whole clan members. You can side at me for the new Avatar, the last. I'm not really that deep into the Avatar. I'm not gonna lie to you. I know airbending because that's one of the common things. But do I ever get sick from the smell of ink? No. It charges me, man. It gives me wings. It gives me superpowers. He was never able to use the full potential like Obito did, and that was his eye. But I mean, you could argue that he kind of did. He literally was able to evolve it to a form that actual clan members never even figured out how to. Sure, he might. I mean, you got to think Obito was literally enhanced with super ninja steroids, basically. That's not That's not really a fair comparison. That's not a fair comparison. Dude he had motion. He was Kakashi the copy ninja. He had a glaze on sight order off name alone. Obito opened a whole portal to a whole new place on his own. I mean, but Kakashi could still access it. You forgetting that Obito was full of super ninja steroid. It wasn't even. That's not a fair comparison. Kakashi was running off his own chakra. He didn't have super ninja enhancements. He wasn't out here taking people's powers. He was strictly himself. He was Kakashi, the copy ninja. Who am I drawing in right now? I'm drawing in a character called Madara. I'm just kind of doing something that's a little bit more Naruto oriented, man. That's how we ended up getting to this point. Some Naruto indeed. The thing that made me mad, to think that they were scared of Orochimaru in the start of the show. They didn't even know Madara. But you got to think too, though. Orochimaru was ridiculously strong himself. People be sleeping on, Orochimaru is immortal and he has deep understanding. He has all these powers. And he has all these powers of these clans. He understands them on a deep level to where he can replicate and recreate them. He literally was growing Sharingans, basically. The thing that made me mad is Madara had great everything just for him to turn into Kaguya. But they had to do that because there was no legitimate way of taking him out. As I was saying earlier, real ones know that was BS. Like, I'm not even the writer of the show, but sometimes the writer of the show, I know this is gonna sound insane for me to be like, bro, that was wrong, but that wasn't right. That wasn't the right way to do it. I know that it's absurd to just outright disagree with how somebody decides to end their own show and end their own character that they created. But bro, you gotta trust me. That is crazy. You guys to trust me. I'm gonna just kind of layer his face just with a little bit of hatching. Just that way it doesn't seem so like flat. But as I drew in his arms, as I was drawing in his arms, I tried to make it seem rounded and layered or something. You know what I mean? Yeah, look, he got mad at how strong Orochimaru was. That dude cannot die. He still can't die. Orochimaru is like a roach in real life. You could literally drop the moon on him and they'll somehow be alive still. That's why his name is Orochimaru. He's unkillable. They assign like he's under like constant surveillance now. But I really don't think they can get rid of him even if they wanted to. Sure, they could seal him away. But that dude, he has like a workaround around everything. Kabuto had mad aura. But you know what's even crazier is Kabuto is strong. Kabuto has all of Orochimaru's knowledge. Low-key, Kabuto is stronger than Orochimaru if you really think about it. And he did have mad aura. He was sitting there like no glazing, bro. You said he had mad swag. He was literally going toe-to-toe with a Hokage and survived. And low-key, Kabuto was slept on. He was going toe-to-toe with a Hokage. He literally was the reason the war even happened. His like intelligence. He was intelligent enough to reanimate everybody, and he perfected it to where he could control everybody. I seen 2 of your vids, and you nearly done with the hair. Yeah, he's stronger than Orochimaru. Low key, if if Kabuto didn't decide to turn a new leaf, he would have been a problem. Now he's just like a foster. He's like a foster parent in the village. But if stuff were to really hit the fan, he would be he's like. I looked into bro. He has like perfected sage mode. He's always absorbing people's energy and stuff. That dude he's really, really strong. He's insanely strong. Exactly, his character development was being built for years so he could turn into Kaguya. I like how they finished Kabuto's character. Like he went from being this crazy guy, and then like once he finally attained all this power, he just kind of like he turned a new leaf, man. He got talk no jutsu. He got talk no jutsu, and he changed his life. And now he's just like a foster parent, bro. He's just a foster parent in the village. Who am I drawing in right now? I'm drawing in Madoru Uchiha. He matured up. No, he did more than maturing up. He turned a new leaf. He literally turned a whole new leaf. I don't know how that dude is allowed to live in the village though. That's what's crazy to me. But I like that though. Like to me, that's wholesome. He went from being this dangerous dude. Now he just exists, taking care of all the little shin clones. Like he runs an orphanage. Like that's wholesome. You got this snake dude. You got this snake. You got this Orochimaru connection. I know you from Bowling Green. No, that's not true. Are you ambidextrous? Yes, but I'm more of a right-handed person. Yo, what's up, Michael? My guy, Madoru Uchiha. I'm drawing a little bit. A little bit here, a little bit there. Want to make a whole page dragging some time. I'm going to be honest with you, bro. No, not now. Not now. Could have started instruction tuning exams or something. He just raised kids. But like, do you really I was gonna say, do you really think that Orochimaru's student should be around children? But he's running an orphanage, so on paper that's not the best look. That's not the best look. If he were to start teaching people, low-key, that's not ethical. He can't be teaching people how to like raise zombies and stuff. That's a dangerous individual. If he were to become like a teacher for the village, that's a dangerous individual, man. I appreciate your style you're using, very intriguing. I appreciate it, Gunner. Thank you for the Go Populars too, Tanya. I'll keep. Imagine you got a movie on the Senju and Uchiha. I mean, it would be cool, but at this point, kind of what's the point? Like, what's the point of getting us attached to characters that are kind of like, you know what I mean? I like the lore a lot. Like, I'm a little bit more interested in just the older elements of the show than probably the newer stuff. But I also might be a little bit biased. Like, I recognize that. Are you above the foundations of your home/house? I don't know what you asking me, bro. I'm not answering that question. Wait. With all this tech, you ever take a pic of your artwork and let AI bring it to life? No. You said raise a bunch of Orochimarus. That's low key ninja pollution. Exactly. I don't think the world needs a bunch of Orochimarus running around, man. Yo, I can smell the ink. I've kind of become nose blind to it all. Yeah, the ninja world does not need a bunch of Orochimaru like dudes running around, bro. That's a danger. That's a danger to society. That's the last thing the world needs is a bunch of mini Orochimaru people. Dudes like Orochimaru. Do I enjoy AI masterpieces? I tend to stay away from it. But if that's your thing, bro, whatever floats your boat. Yo, thank you for the rose too, Daniel. Or Daniela, I'm sorry. What do I think the best moment in Naruto is? What is the best moment in Naruto? What is the best moment in Naruto? I liked whenever Kakashi put up on them dudes that ended up he was fighting with the Itachi whenever they were fighting with Shikamaru. They were at the little valley Kakashi pulled up. That was tough. I like that fight a lot. I would call nothing but AI a masterpiece. There's no soul. There's no soul in it, man. At least I like stuff that's made by people. There's some kind of human direction, some kind of human involvement. I know that a lot of the stuff we consume. I don't know, man. Whatever floats your boat, bro. Oh yeah, that was tough. I'm telling you, when he pulled up and it was Hidan and it was another guy. Hidan and Kakazu. That's who he was fighting. Hidan and Kakazu. Kakashi, that's why Kakashi's goated. He stood on business and avenged his boy. He didn't have to do all that. But he did. Strictly for the love of the game. It's cool. Strictly for the love of the game. AI is 99% skill type and prompts is harder than most 9 to 5s. Okay, bro. Whatever floats your boat. If that's what you think, great. Shikamaru is my top 3 background characters. Face reveal. I'm telling you, it's going to be sooner than you can believe. Trust. I'm a little bit indifferent to Shikamaru. But Shikamaru he kind of like got that same situation where he's just unfortunate enough to exist in the same world as a bunch of like superhuman dudes. It's not really like it's not a fair existence. Like when you're constantly being compared to dudes like Sasuke and Naruto. It's definitely something, I would say. It's gonna be sooner than you can believe. 1000%. The more I think about it, Kakashi, yeah, dude, his is the strongest. He has the little shurikens that activate the Kamui dimension. It could like hit you, bro. Think about it. His is basically invincible. He has an invincible Susanoo. I'm pretty sure he could phase with it. Like, dude, that is broken. That's why they had to get rid of it so fast. There was no way he was keeping that. Yeah, all the people that graduated with Naruto and Sasuke were destined to be overlooked. It was never fair. It was never fair for them. Because they both had like 1 in a million power activations. They never had, like, it was kind of destined. Which is interesting because, like, the earlier theme of the show, it was more of like a, with the generations. Like, with the multiple generations of the village. I'm kind of all over the place with this, and y'all just give me a second to bring them together. Just give me a second. It's coming together. It's definitely a top 10 though, I would definitely say. It's a Hall of Fame. It's a Hall of Fame character indeed, man. I was thinking that I wanted to have his Susanoo somewhere on this page. But the problem, let me finish up his hair first. The problem now is I low key I made this character so huge I don't even know where to put it. What's my thoughts on Minato? Minato, he had a flea on sight. Or not even a flea on sight. He had, like, you hear his name and he said it's get pretty much escape, run, flee. He had a flea on sight order. That's pretty impressive. I don't dislike his character. I think that he was unfortunate enough to get put up against something that he couldn't handle. That being the Nine-Tails. What about Kakashi's side on order? I know I mentioned his glaze on order. How dudes would hear his name and they would immediately be like, all right, Kakashi the copy ninja. They start glazing immediately. I feel like if your name alone, people start glazing on sight. That's pretty impressive. Like, as you got to think, they live in a world with war and stuff. Susanoo, Madara. I'm gonna do my best to, like, draw in the face of the Susanoo in the background. Madara. Recent video, the GOAT. What about it? My guy Kakashi had a I respect the game. I want to find a close up of I did this Madara drawing. Madara Susanoo. I want to get a close up of the face more than anything. That's what I'm really trying to do. That's what needs to happen. Gotta pull that reference right up, man. That's what we doing. The real question, I'm gonna like do the face of it, but to where it's more just in the background. I really can't press down that hard with these unless it's around the eyes. Just because I want the main focus to be just the armor itself. Madara and his Susanoo. With this one, I'm not going to press down hard at all. It's all in the pressure that I'm using for this. That's what's really going to bring this one together. It's just the pressure control. With this, I've gotten better over time, I feel. But everything with these drawings, it comes down to just pressure. You want to find that fine little middle ground of pressing down just hard enough to where you can still, like, understand what's going on. But you don't really want for it to bleed or nothing like that. You don't want to overdo it. You want to find like that's like space that's just right. Summon, yo, what's up, Sasuke? Summon indeed, man. I was on, bro. We were just talking about you. What's up, Gen X Gen? We were talking about Sasuke. Like, overall, man, I pretty much, like, a lot of the stuff that goes on in Naruto is crazy because, like, you can be like a regular ninja. And now you're all of a sudden sentenced to being on the front line fighting Madara Uchiha, just off spawn alone, which is crazy. What's good, Gen X Gen? Like you just minding your business, and all of a sudden you on the front lines of the Great Ninja War. You're all the way cooked. Fighting against Madara Uchiha. Like, you might as well go ahead and hang up your jersey, bro. It's over. Am I an ambidextrous person? Yes, I'm more of a right-handed. I'm more righty overall. But I can use both. This needs to get shaded in this little spot that normally they'll stand in. Can I draw a kitty now? Not on this one. I'm thinking that I'm gonna draw like a big cat maybe next. Maybe like an actual like predator cat, not like a house cat, but maybe like a cat. I've done cat drawings before. This doesn't. It's got to be like just a little bit more blue. Just a little bit more blue. Thank you for the Heart Me Too, Gunner. What's this technique called? This is more of a scribble. It's like scribble pen art. Just scribble art in general. That's how I ended up getting to this point. I like the style you're using. Hey, I appreciate it, Gunner. I need for a Susano to at least seem like somewhat alive. I'm back. Yo, thank you for the Go Popular too, Gunner. You want to see a fight between Madara and Obito going all out? I mean, what will be the point? They both have access to like such ridiculous powers. I don't even know how that will work. Because on one hand, you got one that could phase through everything, and on the other one, you got this other guy that has access to all these powers. They're both extremely durable. I think it all comes down to like what the writers want. That's like if I had to choose though. I think that you can make the argument for both. No, like hypothetically. I feel like you can make the argument for both. It could go either way. I know that might be ridiculous to say, but seriously. Under the right circumstance, it can go either way. Because Obito can literally just keep phasing through everything. I don't really know if it's too much that man Madara could do. Actually, that might not even be true. Because he has like access to that stuff where he can like be attacking and you can't even see where he's attacking from. It's a whole mess. It could really go either way. What am I drawing right now? Yeah, Limbo. That is what it is. I'm drawing in the Susano right now. I'm doing my best to like make it like seem sharp. That's how we got to this point. I drew in Madara first, and I'm just kind of sketching in like a little bit of his Susano in the background. Trying to make it seem like it's like glowing or something like that. Something that like is visually cool. I found a couple of references that I really liked, and I've been just kind of bringing everything together. That's how I got to this point. For the people that are pulling up trying to figure out what's going on. That's how we got to this point. With just a little bit of experimenting happening. I'm just drawing in the hair. That way it seems like it's actually on fire. Maybe fire isn't the right word, but you know how it's depicted as kind of being like glowing or something. It's like the manifestation of chakra. Something dope. I don't know if I answered it already, but I drew a Madara Uchiha, and I was drawing in a little bit of a Susanoo in the background. So think like armored, glowing. It's like a mech almost. It's pretty. It's like a cool little visual. I'm just kind of drawing in the hair of it right now. I mean, I don't. Yo, explain for me to try to explain it to you, and you've never seen Naruto. It's not gonna make sense. I'll try to put it in a way to where it's like, I need somebody's help with this. How do you explain a Susanoo to somebody that's never seen Naruto? Aside from like a glowing mech, summoned creature that dudes with magical eye powers got. Like, how do I make that make sense to somebody else that has no recollective knowledge of Naruto? Watch it. Nah, damn people. You gonna scare somebody away. Watch it. That's like a lot of episodes for people. People tell me the same thing with One Piece. And I mean, One Piece I'm sure is great. It just actually sitting down and watching it myself, that's like a whole different ballpark, man. I'm gonna make his nose like a little bit more defined. Make his nose just a little bit defined. It's like a gigantic armor. Yeah, a gigantic armor with abilities. That's a great way to put it. A gigantic armor with abilities. That's great. I was thinking to myself like a giant mech creature thing that can pretty much do whatever you need it to do. A giant creature with abilities. Yeah, it's definitely interesting. Once you see it though, it'll definitely make sense. It's just bringing it to life on the page. That's like the most challenging part, I would say. Now for I'm gonna like darken the blues around his hair. That way this over in this corner it's a little bit clearer what's going on. With abilities, my young son has watched them all. Epic. Thank you, Damage. Thank you. But like whenever you factor in all the other elements of it, it's like a lot. It's like a lot going on. It's definitely a lot going on. It's a lot to be happening on Naruto. But if you watch it and really be watching it for real, it's heat. I don't know if most people got the patience now to sit down and watch a show like that. A giant mech armor. Remember someone named Ha Bro on TikTok? You got to remind me where it will be from. Your talent is awesome. Thank you, Gunner. I see a robot or this isn't a demon. It's more like a giant. It's like a. It's just like a giant armor that dudes in Naruto. Some dudes in Naruto can like summon. It's like their genetic powers. To make a long story extremely short, that's what it is, though. I was trying to just magical armor that some dudes can summon. Not everybody, some dudes. What's up, a lot? Yo, what's up, Cheetah? Naruto. Or some Naruto stuff. Make each section like kind of glow a little bit. Kind of like where it's not like fully summoned in, but it's summoned in just enough. As long as the shape is still there, that's all that matters with this one. It's gonna be let me get this back in the frame. What's up, H? Do I remember Haha Bruv? You gotta tell me where it's from. I'm Haha Bruv, but you gotta tell me when you drew Michael Myers. But which one? Because I've done a couple. An extremely short version, dude. I've done a couple of Michael Myers, bro. I've done a couple of Michael Myers. Are you gonna cover the whole page? No, I'm going to. No. I'm gonna try to make it seem more like of some background stuff going on. When is my birthday? And where am I from? It was a little bit after Halloween. What haven't you drawn that you want to? Are you gonna make I'm gonna be honest with you. The thing that I haven't really done too much of that I want to do a little bit more sometimes is draw like I want to like do more for my animal drawings. But maybe on the next one that I do, I want to do like a full body instead. But it's not like a lot that I feel like I've gotten. I have like a nice little list. But it's kind of me touching base with some ideas. It's a little bit of new stuff, a little bit of old stuff. It's a lot, I would say. And my birthday is November, and I come from Kentucky, Danielle. To answer your question. It was a couple of questions there at once. I had to, like, process everything. I got to get my guy. No way. Did that just... okay, that was from my old pen. Cool. Cool. I gotta make this hand seem like it's like holding a sword or something like that. 12 animals. November what? You should get a huge canvas and draw a Susano. Oh, and to answer y'all's question, my birthday is November the 11th. It took me a second to get that one together. I got like zoned in with drawing in his hand or the Susano's hand. November the 11th. Oh, you're March 11th. I'm telling you, that's crazy. I mean, it's like a different little subsection of the year, but it's still crazy. So you do it well. Thank you. I gotta draw my guy holding his sword in the background. I'm gonna make his armor come down just a little bit more. You would go, hey, I appreciate it too, Dale. I'm trying to zone in a little bit more with it, but I surely hope so. Let me see. There's a lot going on with this one, but it's coming there. It's getting there. The Susano. I gotta figure out, like, I know, like, I have like an idea for what it looks like. It's just fully getting it to where you can like see what's going on. Trust the process. Or focusing rather. The only thing about this one though is this one's just a little bit less straightforward. I have like an idea, but I'm using multiple picture references for this one. I don't want it to blend in too much with the modder. But there gotta be a little bit of it'll just hang on. Hang on 1 second. I think the Susano will make for a good addition to the page. It just is like a matter of figuring out how to put it onto the page in the first place. That was like the big thing. And giving it enough space to where you could at least see what it was. You can't just call it scribble drawing. You said I should give it a unique name. Well, I normally call it like my ambidextrous pen art. It's my interpretation of scribble art. Scribble art isn't really, I didn't really invent scribble art, but scribble art, it's just how I kind of went about it with my understanding. I'm just kind of trying to learn with it. Learn as I go. I definitely get what you're saying. You feel like it's a little bit more to it. Let's see, man. Hang on. I gotta define out these little sections. Gross, what you call it is interesting. And I'm glad you enjoying it, Gunner. Scribble art or pen art. I mean, it falls under those umbrellas. I'm thinking that maybe for the left side, I might draw on the wing. I'm gonna draw on like a little bit of this foot, which the angle is a little bit confusing, but look. All that y'all need to know is he's drawing his sword. He's drawing his sword for sure. I'm gonna like make his armor expand out a little bit over here on this side. Let him cook. Hey, I appreciate that, Jordan. Every time y'all say let him cook, I think about that Toy Story meme, man. That with the little, indeed. That Toy Story meme with Woody. Let him cook. Okay. There's that side. I wanna draw a little bit more of the wing over here. That's what I realized I forgot. I knew something was missing. But these are usually depicted with wings. So aside from this little piece of armor right here, I need to figure out a way. Have I done the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? Just want to say, hey, yo, what's up, Dwayne? And God bless you too, bro. Let me see. This is still missing like the main little piece, his wing. But how in the world do I even a wing? How in the world do I do that? Let me find like a good reference for it, bro. Madara Susano. The texture of it is a little bit different than the Susano itself. I'm gonna try to make it look like the pattern more defined. Thank you too, Tally. A screenshot of the. I'll be honest, that would be crazy, like a mapping out of it. But thank you for the heart, me and the rose, Bambina. But it was asked a little bit earlier if I've ever done the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And to answer your question, I have. It's been a little bit of time. It's been a nice amount of time, actually. The last time that I drew them, I drew in Raphael and the Shredder. Individually, not together. The wing over here. Do I play any games? Not really. Not anymore. The games that I played, like, for a lot of my childhood, I played a lot of games, though. I played Minecraft. You know, like, the main stuff. COD, Fortnite, GTA. I played a lot of GTA. Another game, the game I played the most recently probably was maybe Minecraft or something, but it's been a minute, man. It's been a minute. Like I haven't really just sat down and really gotten on like that. And maybe Terraria. It's been a little while since I've really just enjoyed like locked in and just gotten on. I gotta make sure this feels right, like the way that it is. I'm gonna zoom out, make sure this like looks smooth. Okay, I know how I'm gonna do it. Terraria is like a game that I really like from childhood. Are you going to use 3D glasses to show the difference after you're done? Do I mess with Skeletron? Of course. You know, messing with Skeletron, the dungeon, all that, it's cool. Interestingly enough, I haven't done too many other Terraria characters. I had something planned out for that. Terraria characters would definitely be interesting. But yeah, Skeletron, I think that's low-key, that's like one of my favorite parts of the game. Whenever you finally unlock the dungeon, you can get the water. I don't know if it's patched or not, but it used to be where you can like, there was a chance you could find a water boat on the bookshelves before you defeat them. After recharge, you did my favorite. There used to be a thing where you can go to the dungeon and you could find like the little bookshelves with the water on it, the little water boat. That was like my thing. I played a lot of Terraria, dude. More than you can believe. That's a Hall of Fame game right there, though. It ain't really everybody's cup of tea. For those that do get it, man, it's crazy. For scribbles, it's heavily detailed while you're goaded. Hey, I appreciate that, Will. With this one, I had to improvise a little bit. I wanted to do the Susano. But if you think like the texture of it, it has like an interesting texture. So I had to bring it together. I don't want for this to seem too uniform. The Susano. I had to do it justice. I was a little bit hesitant at first on this one. Make the foot just a little bit larger. I'm just kind of drawing in what's left of the wing, the remainder of it. Definitely not uniform. I need for it to be the complete opposite. The complete. In fact, you doing all this freehanded wild, bro. You can though. You have to just start. It sounds generic, but you have to start. As soon as you start drawing, the more everything else can come into place. The more that you draw, the more everything else can just work. I was getting a little bit more hatchy whenever it came to the wing. I just didn't want for it to blend in too much with Madara. But yeah, man, here's for this one. I'm thinking that, let me add a little bit more details. Some little things I want to add. Okay, here's this one though, y'all. I do think that I want to do a full body of a mountain lion. Now that I've done this Madara and this Susanoo, I want to do a full body. Yo, hold up, why does it look so tough? Bruh, you was sleeping on my vision, bruh. A mountain lion. I gotta go grab my other notebook, but I'm about to get started on the next one. A mountain lion. Who is it? It's Madara from Naruto. Mountain lion. I was not familiar with your game. Bro, you was hating on the vision. I'm sitting here right now, I'm looking for, I wanna do a drawing of a full body mountain lion. Man, you wasn't seeing the vision, man. Okay. Okay, now that this one's done. I'm gonna pull this one away. Let's see. Madara Uchiha. I've been drawing like a lot of cats and stuff, but this is a little bit different. Hang on. I mean, it's not a house cat, but it's a cat. Same lane. Okay, we gotta make sure this one's right. I gotta keep these to where I start with the eyes first. It's just certain things that I usually do, just like just to kind of stay in my frame whenever I'm going through with these kinds of drawings. Certain patterns that I just personally like to do. Just to bring these together. When's my next stream? Usually I get on here at night around the same time. But I'm usually on every night. If not every night, every other night. There's like whenever I'm going through with these kinds of drawings, a jaguar. You know what, man? Not even. This one is not quite a jaguar. This is actually a mountain lion. In this one, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, this one's gonna be a little bit different. Just because instead of me drawing just the face of it like usual, I wanted to do one that was a full body picture. So I found this picture where it was kind of like up in a. This one isn't even in a tree. He's chilling on a rock or something like it. That's how I got to this point though. It's just me experimenting. Just pushing the boundary a little bit. I've been doing a lot of my upside down drawing videos, and that's always cool, but I'm just kind of touching back base with what I was doing before. Yo, what's up, Jesse? And to everybody that's pulling up right now, I'm drawing in a full body. This is a mountain lion that I'm drawing in with both of my hands. This one is a mountain lion. I got asked about drawing in the house cat a little bit earlier. What's up, Tonga? Yo, what's up, Diesel? I appreciate it too. I'm just trying my best to like define his face out more than anything with this one. I don't want for it to give off house cat vibes. That's not really what I'm at all going for. I need for this to be the opposite. Like I don't want this one to look inviting. Too inviting. It's just some wildlife stuff. I've been doing like a lot of my wildlife drawings as is, but I've like slowly expanded to drawing in the full bodies of my birds. But with these, I'm just trying to push it a little bit, man. Just push it indeed. Thank you too, Tonga. Just push the boundary of it. Not giving house cat is defined already. Do you draw with other color pen other than the red and blue? Usually, no. Nah, I don't want this one to give house cat at all. I need you to know you see something like this lurking in the trees, you're cooked. Cooked. Hey, I appreciate it too, Lavish. You try to give bro the pets, it's over. It's giving line of Tiger Panther or something like that. Black Panther. This one isn't a panther, but this one is a mountain lion. But it looks like a panther because I've kind of shaded him in. But no, this is like a mountain lion. Or some places I believe they're called cougars or pumas. Which I mean it's all in the same window of just big cats. I've done tigers and stuff before. But usually I only draw their face in. With this one I wanted it to be more of like a it's still wildlife, but I wanted for that element of its full body to be visible. Mountain lion, yeah. Low key they all look the same. I mean, there's like difference between them. Like their facial structures and stuff, but they look like outdoor cats, just bigger. They're more apex, basically. Do I sell these? If you're interested in buying them, DM me. Sometimes I do, but a lot of the stuff I keep more for myself on my bookshelf. But this one, it had its arm like resting behind where it was sitting. It's a funny angle. This one is a funny angle. The black spots make him look like a leopard. Oh, you talking about like with the dots? Nah, that's just like from my pen splotching. But this one isn't quite a leopard. But it's in that weird place of it's like it's a big cat. It's a big cat. Thank you too, Tony. So it's gonna be a mix up. Are you actually ambidextrous or is it just technique for drawing only? I can use both. I'm more variety though. I need people to know this is really some wildlife stuff. Thank you too, Beans. I appreciate the hand heart. Some National Geographic stuff as usual. Getting back into that flow of making just my wildlife drawings. It was sitting on this little platform, and that's how I'm drawing it in. Have I done a bull yet? Are you drawing from a point, reference, or freestyle? No, this isn't like a freestyle, but I'm looking at like a picture reference. And I've done like cows and stuff, but I haven't done a bull. Not that actually isn't even true. I've done bull. I've done like a few. I've done like some wildlife from farms and stuff. It depends a lot on like what I'm doing in the moment. I've done all kind of nature themes and outdoor themes. That doesn't really answer your question, but shoot, man. You know what I mean? Somewhat. It's a lot that goes on here. It's a lot of different animals, a lot of different themes. It depends a lot on the night. Very cool, man. Thank you, Deb. Are you have I drawn a bull? That's from the recent comments. Side request that you probably done, but have I done an elephant? You know, I have done elephants before. I've done like a lot of just I've really done like all kind of wildlife stuff. These past couple of wildlife drawings I've been doing, they're a little bit less, like they're like less reserved to certain regions. But I've done elephants, I've done zebras, I've done all kind of little animals. Does the way you scribble matter? What do you do when you mess up? You have to just kind of roll with it. You got to roll with whatever happens. It forces you to just be able to adapt fast. You either gotta adapt or you gotta restart. Harpy Eagle. I want to say that I've done one of those. I've done all kind of eagles and stuff in that lane. It'd be all kind of birds and wildlife that I've done. Have I ever done Naruto? Yeah, I've done Naruto too. And how many pins have I gone through? Wait. Last I was on, you were doing Gar and said you didn't do Naruto yet. Yo, what's up, Zed? I've done some Narutos before. If you go to my page, I've done like a few. And honestly, if it was on the Gar page I'm thinking of, I did one. It has Naruto on it. If it's what I'm thinking it is. And how was my holidays? Have I ever done a bat? Yes. Hey, my holidays is pretty good, bro. Thank you for asking. I've done like a lot of wildlife and stuff. Typical stuff that you could imagine. It's been like a lot of different things in that lane. I'm gonna draw his tail kind of hanging down. A little bit of it at least, not too much. Look great. Hey, I appreciate that too, Gary. I'm just making the surface he's sitting on look a little bit more scratched up. I like some stuff you might really see outdoors. Checked it out, you right. Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, on that page I did end up drawing in Naruto. And if I remember correctly, I squeezed in the Ninetales. It's been a little while though. Look dope. I appreciate it, Ben. I do appreciate it. Make his tail just a little bit longer. But it was this one. And then I also wanted to do maybe like I'll do like a different angle, but it's still close up enough. You made it look easy. Yo, thank you, Ben. How long did it take me to draw art like this? You know, I started drawing this way around 2024. But it's like one of those things where the more that you do it, the more you'll understand it. And that's been like my whole strategy with it. You know, you just have to keep drawing consistently. I try to draw a little bit every single day. You have to keep drawing. That's like the base. That's like the basis of everything. You gotta just keep going. We need to get bro signed. Yeah, thank you too, Mikasa. With these, my biggest thing is just getting into the habit of just drawing in a couple of full bodies in the mix of the other stuff that I would do. Now, I'm doing a face right now, but I mean just overall. I don't want for it to only become one kind of drawing. I need for them to stay. I need for there to be like variety with it. Just get into the motion of just drawing more things. I love your art. I appreciate it too, Carrie. Thank you. What masterpiece am I drawing this time? Hey, I appreciate that, Chuzzer. And with this one, man, I'm trying to draw in the face of a mountain lion. I started the page off by drawing in a full body one. This is just me trying to do with the face of one. In addition to that one, the first one. And that's, I'm gonna draw on this other ear. I'm just putting some wildlife on this page. I think that for the next stream I get on, I'm gonna like really double down on the wildlife. Yeah, animal drawings are my favorite. Hey, I appreciate it, Casey. I like the animal ones a lot too, but kind of with the animal ones, I still feel like I gotta look like I can do them more justice. I mess with the animal ones a lot. Lynx. No, this one's supposed to be a mountain lion. Its face kind of does look soft though, but no. This one is supposed to be a mountain lion. It looks like spotted up, but it's from my pen blotching. But nah, this is not a lynx. But I'm not gonna lie. Now that you said it, I see like it looks patterned or something. Like that's not the intention. It looks like intentional spots. It's kind of like but that's crazy. They look all uniform too. That's cool. It got a freckle look to it. Do you know how to do this with paint? No, I've never really tried to do it with paint. I have not tried to do this way with paint. But I want to do, I think I'm going to do like the face of a gorilla next. I like the structure. Like whenever I'm going through drawing in the faces of stuff that's a little bit more in this lane, whether it be cats or even just other wildlife like gorillas or something. It's cool to just get the face down. I try to find pictures that I haven't done already. This one is going to be a face. More than anything. You said it looks 3D. This one's not quite 3D. Love it. Hey, I appreciate it too, Queen. These ones are always interesting to draw. It's cool, man. Thank you, Claudel. I feel like I'm drawing in Bigfoot or something like that. Yeah, this one is indeed a gorilla. To answer your question, Cooper. How old was I when I discovered that I could do this? Man, I was like 19 turning 20. I'm 21 now. I only started drawing this way in like 2024. It hasn't really been as long as you would imagine. It's not at all been as long as you could imagine. You said it looks like me for real? Dang, son, bro. That's tough, bro. That's genuinely tough. So tough, as a matter of fact, I don't even know how to respond to that, bro. That's genuinely tough. You locked in, though. I guess. Locked all the way in. I feel like once I get their faces down, all I gotta do is just shape out the rest of their heads. I'm gonna make his fur a little bit more red. Just a little bit. More red than the face. It's still gonna be streaks of blue in it, but not as much as... I'm not gonna really press down on the fur as hard as I was pressing down for just the main face area. I need for this one to kind of be a little bit more vibrant, a little bit more alive. What style? It's like scribble art. It's a form of scribble art. And yo, thank you. And if I didn't already say it, thank you too, Claudel. It's like it's scribble art. That is the style itself. I'm going about it in a way that I understand. It's my own understanding of it with the scribbling. Telling you, I'm over here drawing this. He's locked in all the way. Scribble art is very underrated. I mess with it a lot too. Abstract. I mean, it falls under that window or into that category. Do I always draw like this, or is this just one of the many ways you do draw? Especially whenever you're doing it right, like you are. But this is just, I go about it this way because this is just how I figured out how to do it. It's kind of how it makes sense to me. But I've done it like regular straight line drawings before, but when I would draw like that, I would never draw anything like this. This is kind of just a byproduct of me scribbling with both. Once I learned that I could, I just kept at it. That's how we ended up getting here in like the current moment. But dude, I've been drawing since I was 8 years old. I'm 25 now, turning 26. Well, I mean, I had been drawing on and off for my whole life too. This is just something that I kind of like stumbled into. It was more like when I was experimenting and I tried this out and I realized that I could. It wasn't as sharp as this is now, but I kept at it and I learned that I got better as the more that I did it. But this was kind of like some just experimental stuff that I stumbled into. But that's what I see in my mind. I can't explain. Being able to do this with a dominant and non-dominant is crazy. Thank you, S. Like I said, man, I was just kind of going about it. I just tried this out one day, and if I realized that I could, I was like, you know what? But I don't know why this made sense. But when I would draw with my right hand by itself, I was never really making anything like this. It's just something like I got better at the more that I started drawing with both. I can't explain why this made sense, but it did. And sometimes you gotta just act and ask questions later. I was just like, you know what, bro? It works. I will take it. It works. It works. But I was never really able to make animal drawings like this clearly whenever I was only drawing with my right hand. It looks really good. Thank you too, Purpo. I appreciate the roses too, Chicano. Using both sides. I've had a couple of people tell me like just with the neurological aspect of it, because you're engaging a lot of your brain. I think it's all cool, for sure. I posted in what's up, Tough? Exactly, practice makes perfect, and I'm all about exploring too. That's the fun in the drawings. Yeah, but you learn the more that that's kind of been like my best approach. I didn't really learn through. You can read about techniques. I'm sure that if I were to read the fundamentals, it would make it a lot easier. But I learned how to do this more just through. You just gotta just consistently keep at it. Do I use a reference photo or is it from memory? Yeah, and I do agree. You know, the more that you do, the better you will get. Indeed. I'll be looking at a lot of reference pictures for these. It's not just straight off of the dome. Straight off of the dome would be crazy. But I know that there are artists out there that do that. They can immediately just place it and then just draw it like it's nothing. Though no prep time, no nothing. They can just visualize it. But there's people that have really good memory. I don't really know. You said look who. Hey, thank you too, band. I'm gonna draw another one. I'm gonna draw like another gorilla face down here, more towards the bottom of the page. This was gonna be all over the place, but like I said, I think that I'm gonna lean a little bit more into the wildlife aspect of this, just for this page right here. Just for this page right here. Oh, nah, dang, is my blue going out? No. Well, there goes one. Man, what did I tell you? I told y'all that those moderate drawings, they burn through a lot of my ink. I feel like that's one of the fastest ways for my pens to burn. I'll be doing those drawings of Madara, completely frying my pens. But it'd be worth it though. It'd be well worth it. But Madara uses a lot of ink. It's the cost is definitely worth it, I would say. If I had to like look at it. This is a weird question, but how do you make a detailed worm with this drawing style? I can't even draw an apple, bro. You can. A detailed worm? A detailed worm. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know. I would like try to figure it out. You gotta just figure it out the more that you do it. You just try to find the texture and the shape in it. If you were to scribble it out, you just try to find the shape and the scribble in the and just the worm itself. The worst thing you can do is overthink it. There will have to be something you attempt. Just attempt it and see how it goes. That's very specific. You trying to draw a worm in this style? Is that what you're trying to do? It's very specific. It's very, very specific. Attempt Peely. Bro, you got to go to my page. I already drew him. I'm not drawing Peely again. Peely has been drawn. I was just curious. I feel like I've drawn worms before. I feel like I've already drawn them. It's just been a long time. I've done a couple of bug themes and stuff like that. I had a point when I was drawing like a lot of flowers and just wildlife and bees. That's something I want to try to do again, maybe eventually. Boondocks. I've even drawn the Boondocks before, Brock. Yo, what's up, Sebastian? It's been a little while. It's a couple of things I'm gonna return to in the upcoming year. A couple of ideas, a couple of just different themes. Draw a dodo. But yeah, man, it's all kind of little ideas and things. It's a lot of things that I've done. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, in that too, bro. It's all on my page. I don't know if I'm drawing all that today. Because I had some things I wanted to personally do myself. The Power Rangers? Okay, that's one of the ones I haven't, but it's a lot of things that I already have. I just be trying to get into that zone and just getting things like on the page. Just actively getting things onto the page. That's like the hardest part sometimes. Figuring out the direction you want to go in. Sometimes I take suggestions, but then other times I'll have things I want to do myself. Like ideas. Can I do the Power Rangers? Maybe eventually. I don't think I'm doing that on this page or right now. Maybe eventually though. Maybe. I'm not going to make any more promises. What's the theme on this page? It is, I'm just kind of drawing wildlife, man. It's a lot of wildlife. The right eye looks so realistic in a way. I'm telling you, he's piercing through the camera. He's looking at you. He's seeing your soul. I always try to put a lot of life into the eyes. Even if like my features get a little bit lost in the sauce. It's a lot of life in the eyes. In E.T., nah, not quite. E.T. would be crazy though, but Peely was amazing. Thanks, G. I was gonna say I drew him like a couple nights ago. The eyes is probably one of the most important parts about the facial drawings. I'll have to agree with you. A frog, part of the Caribbean. I'm gonna find another character to spam. No, don't spam. Do not spam. Do not spam, because low key I probably don't spam. Do not spam. Does your art translate well into tattooing? I've never really tried to tattoo somebody, but I've had people reach out to me about the idea. I've had plenty of people reach out to me about the idea. I think it could work. If you gave me some time, I could cook up some tattoos for somebody, but it wasn't really my field of interest when I started this. I was looking more to just draw. Could it work? If you gave me some prep time like Batman, yes, it could work. It just do you really want me pulling up on you with double tattoo guns Would I get a tattoo of my own art? I don't know. I would have to like find something that really means a lot to me. Like I wouldn't want to just do something just because. Like I like my art a lot, but like really, I want there to be like some kind of like when you get something tatted on you, it's like it's a different kind of weight. It's a different kind of like when I make something like these are raw. But it's like I would need something. There has to be something that's there, like something that's permanently inked on your body forever. You know what I mean? Imagine going and they're dual wielding 2 tattoo guns. Like I would want to do something that goes beyond like just because I can. Like in theory, yes, I could sit there and tattoo all this stuff onto me, but like why? Like why? Like why? Like what? I would need to make something that I would permanently want on me forever. Like it has to have like something to me. I like my art a lot, but it's just like there would need to be like a tie to like a deeper tie. Do I do tat work? No. Maybe get a practice tattoo set. What you try? You trying to get some tats? Is that what you got going on? Is you trying to like reverse psychology and me to give you some tattoos? You trying to like reverse psychology me like, I'm not saying. I'm trying to get some tats, but I'm just suggesting that maybe you should practice them. You do black light drawings. I know that ain't no that's like no joke. I've done a couple of pages where I only use my black pens. Yo, thank you too, DJ. No, it make great content. Just lock in with the tats. But yeah, going back to just the original question, it would have to be something that really, really, really. Like I like these. I think that these are expressive, but like it's being expressive versus permanent. Permanent is permanent. Sure, you can get them lasered off, but you're like putting something on you that's permanent. I would have just like need a second to just consider it. And what made me start drawing this way? This is amazing. Thank you, Tasha. And to answer your question, Nahi, I was experimenting. To make a long story really short, I felt like I was just experimenting. I wanted to try something new. And upon realizing I could, I just kept at it. It's not like a couple of y'all trying to get some tats, man. It's like so. I'm not saying it. I'm just suggesting. It's like reverse psychology. Some reverse psychology work going on. That's how we ended up getting here, man. What is the drawing above? It is a mountain lion. It is indeed a mountain lion. I went ahead and I sketched them in. You should do a black one hand and another color on the other. I've done that before, some of my older time lapses. Usually I stay to my red and my blue. Most of the time I don't really switch my colors like that. Most of the time. I've done it on the one-off omnilinear drawing video, but usually I stick to my red and my blue combination. Very rarely do I deviate away. This one's kind of cutting it close. I'm gonna do one more on this page. Do I have single hand drawings? It's so different. I love it. I do, but they're really, really old. And it's been so long. They're on my pages. If you're interested. You might have to just scroll way back. It might not be on TikTok either. I have like a lot of my pages linked. It's like I was gonna say, yeah. It's some ancient stuff. Really, really ancient stuff. You gotta just scroll way back. I'm gonna get a good picture of a frog that I want to do, just as like the finale on this page. It's like a little finale. Next page should be Batman villains. Maybe eventually. I think this is gonna be my last one for this evening. Thank you for the rose too, DJ. Batman villains will be interesting for sure. That would be a really, really cool theme. But like I said, just give me some time. I might come back to it. Get bigger pieces of paper so you can draw full bodies. Usually I enjoy drawing in the faces. Like I don't mind these. I don't really mind these smaller ones because like it gives me the ability to I can draw a lot, but I'm not like confined to one page for like a super long time. Sometimes it's cool, but other times like I like just having that option of just I can like make a lot of just smaller sketch drawings and I can like keep it moving, you know. I can keep my momentum. Keep going. So do you like portraits better? You're welcome. Thank you for the presentation. I've never seen it before. It's not even that I don't dislike portraits. I just like these wildlife drawings. It depends a lot on whenever you ask me. And how are you doing this? Can you see like clear mental images? Yeah, I can. Usually with these, I'm like pulling from reference pictures. I'll be looking directly at references for these. Portraits in general. I haven't done like a lot of face portraits if that's what you're asking me. Because usually I don't even really draw like a lot of humanoid stuff. I'm more of like I'll make like a lot of abstract stuff and I'll also make just wildlife stuff. Trying to do my God justice as I'm sketching him in fully. He's coming together, though. He's coming together. Slowly but surely indeed. Do you know your lack of abilities? What do you mean, like stuff that like I'm not sure how to do, or it's like a lot of things I'm not really that super locked in with. But you have to keep at it. You just keep experimenting. Like it's plenty of areas where I can like definitely get sharper, but it's a journey. That's part of the reason why I like to upload these. You can just see the progression over time. That's a part of like the allure. You don't want to start off too perfect. You can just evolve over time. But I'll be making mistakes too. That's just what comes with it. You're gonna make a lot of mistakes. You have to keep drawing though. If you really want to get better, you have to keep drawing. Like, that's like what I've really taken away. Yeah, it's crazy that you freestyle. Yeah, I mean, it's like a big improv. I'm mesmerized. It looks cool. Thank you, Dory. But yeah, freestyling faces is a lot more challenging. Like humanoid faces. Like with animals, it's a little bit. I have like an easier time understanding animal faces and just animal shapes. Sometimes when I draw faces, like it'll be a little bit harder to understand. That's what I probably going into the new year. I might like draw them a little bit more. But it's hit and miss. I would say it's definitely hit and miss. You're gonna have some that look really good and other ones that's kind of like, okay. And is it a frog? Yeah, this one's a frog. I'm gonna give him a little platform to be standing on, kind of how I did for the mountain lion. This one's just like a burst of wildlife. It's a lot of things going on here. Just want to just put some things on the page. Just have like a lot of just wild elements, a lot of nature. It's it was a little bit random, but it's cool, man. It's cool. Here's for this page though. And I think I'm gonna call it a night, man. I barely seen the frog, dude. It's crazy. Did you do the wait? I mean, you did the Naruto characters like no problem. Yeah, that's true. It depends a lot on what I'm doing in the moment, to be honest. But thank you for the roses too, Dory. As I was saying before, I appreciate y'all hanging out. What boy? If I were to do one more bird, what would you want to see, man? What kind of animal? It would depend a lot on the animal because I don't even have that much space. One more. It depends, man. It depends. Or DBZ counts as portraits. A quick little bird. A quick bird. I'll throw like a hummingbird in. I've done like a lot of Dragon Ball people, but I mean like humanoid. Like humanoids is different than humans. Like I've drawn like a lot of DBZ people, DBZ characters, man. It just low key depends on the day, I would say. Awesome, a snake, a field mouse, a dragonfly can be small. I'm gonna do a mockingbird, or a hummingbird. I mean, I was thinking of the Hunger Games lady. Definitely not a mockingbird. A raccoon, a SMG. I always start these off with the eye first. That's like always my go-to. To me, the eye always grounds the drawings themselves. I'll be trying to really like double down on that because I want y'all to really know and see it. Even as it's coming together, a butterfly. Hold that idea. I'll probably do like another page. I don't know if I'm gonna do that page tonight, but I'm gonna come back definitely to the idea of a butterfly for sure. I'm gonna make his. There's like like the lower part of his head is a little bit more red, so I'm gonna just shade it in a little bit more. Low key scared of hummingbirds. Is there a reason why? Because hummingbird is crazy. They're so tiny. Can you write with both hands as well, or is it just drawing? I can write with both, but I'm more of a righty. Bro, you gotta tell us why you're afraid of hummingbirds, man. Like what? How does that even? That's like the tiniest bird in existence. Scared of all living things that fly. You know what? I don't understand, but I do understand. Like in some parts of the world, they got like giant flying roaches. That's where I gotta draw the line too. That's too much. Like a giant flying roach, why does that need to exist? Why? Give me anything else, literally anything. But a roach, G, immediately sent, that gotta go. I'm saying, roaches, listen, roach is the only thing I'm afraid of. Listen, I'm at a point now, it's not too many things that would really just be like, I can't do it. But that's like some real deal, like a roach, bro. No, sir. No. Yes, they're disgusting. I seen this video of it was like this guy. Like this dude he was grinding. He was working really hard, but he pulled the top off of this like sewage pipe and he lifted up and he just jumped in. And there were just these huge roaches. Huge, man. The biggest roaches I've ever seen in life. Huge roaches. They were just on him. He didn't have on no hazmat suit, no vault suit, no protection, no nothing. They were just on him. And he was just nonchalant about it. No emotion, no reaction at all. We are the same. Like I would like literally, you wake up, something's crawling on you. Literally, like I would literally anything. I'm not tripping, but a roach, I might just like the house might low key blow up, allegedly. Yo, what's up, Kajin? Just trolling. Like the house gotta go. Thank you too, Dory. Like, you be like, I know it's a couple of y'all like, man, is it that serious? Yes. Yo, I'm chilling with it'd be giant. I mean, I wouldn't be cool with giant spiders, but I would take a giant spider over a roach any day, 24/7. Like with a spider, it's like he serves a purpose. He's doing something. He's on the ground battling whatever bug population could be just living in the house. A spider is doing something, but a roach, my dad woke up with a bat on his face. That's pushing it, because then bats can give you rabies and stuff. Even the little flies got me flinching. Now, I mean, don't get me wrong. I think that flinching is a very human reaction, bro. You got to be vigilant. You got to know. I got to draw the line. Like, we really got to draw the line there, bro. That's a roach. But yeah, here's for the hummingbird I did promise. Everything I did tonight on this live stream, I'm gonna get it fully edited, just up. And yeah, man, like I was saying, y'all, it's been real. I've been having a good time hanging out with y'all. It's this night. I low key didn't draw as much as usual, but my pace is gonna pick back up how it was before with the next coming streams. But yeah, man, if you enjoyed this, don't forget to tune back in. These videos, they're going to be live streamed. They're going to be time lapses. But I'm going to see y'all in the next one, man. You got a big phobia of bees. Got here late. Hey, I appreciate it too, soldier. And yeah, normally I'm on a little bit later. But yeah, it works out. But I'm going to catch y'all in the next one, man. Y'all take it easy. And until next time.